Waiting for, there we go. Okay. Welcome everybody. I'm Amanda Avery, the admissions director here at Royce-Moore. It's so wonderful to see you all. I'm scrolling across to see all of your faces because there's so many new families joining us this evening. Welcome to the Griffin family. As Adrian was saying before, you now have Griffin in your name because you are Griffins. Woohoo! Yeah! I have pom-poms. We're very excited to have you joining us, and even more excited to have your children joining us in just a week. It's hard to believe that school is starting in a week. Can you believe it? Because I can't. But we're very excited, and we're really feeling very proud that we have plans in place so that your children are able to take part in either on-campus learning or off-campus learning. That's really important to us, that they are cared for and supported and feel that they are in a place where they are known. That's what we do here at Royce-Moore. It's about knowing our students as individuals, challenging them, supporting them, making sure that they feel a part of a community. And we want you to feel part of a community as well. So normally, just so you know, new parents, this evening we would normally be on campus and we would have a nice dinner for everybody and we would be mixing and mingling together. But unfortunately, of course, we can't do that. We can't be in person just yet. So we'll look forward to future dinners together, hopefully. But hopefully, instead of your dinner, you enjoyed your welcome bag. You should have received a welcome bag that actually, thumbs up if you got your welcome bag today if your child's enrolled. So we had some special goodies in there from our Royce-Moore swag collection, as well as some other treats. And one of our local bakeries, and I want to say the name correctly, Noir de Ben, the owner is Journey. She is amazing, and she provided cookies in those bags. So please enjoy those yummy homemade cookies from her local business in Evanston. We want to welcome you to the neighborhood as well, especially those of you who are not from Evanston or may have traveled here from outside of the area. So enjoy those, and again, we'll have some bigger get-togethers hopefully again soon. But this evening is about us providing you with some more information as new parents. We want to make sure that you get additional questions answered. We've had a lot of sessions lately, town halls and different opportunities to chat with us, and you've probably connected with some of our amazing Family Association representatives. But this is a chance, again, for you to ask some more questions, to pick up some more information, and also to meet our administrative team who's been working really hard behind the scenes, all of my wonderful colleagues. You'll get to put some names to faces or names to emails probably today that you've been connecting with. And then our Family Association representatives who have been so hard at work supporting my admissions efforts, supporting you. I want to thank them, especially Sarah, Bessie, Katie, and sorry, I'm forgetting Sarah, Bessie, Katie, and Angela, who are on this call today, and they'll be introducing themselves shortly as well. And then at the end of the session today, we will make sure to break out into smaller breakout room sessions, so you have a chance to chat with your division head, as well as other parents in your division. So that's a chance for some more Q&A and to connect with some other families. So I want to turn it over here now to our head of school, Adrian Finley Odell. If you haven't connected with her yet, she is a supportive person in the school. She is involved very much in the day-to-day of what's going on. And of course, the bigger picture, she's a very busy lady. So if you haven't had a chance to connect with her, she will be connecting with you as the school year begins. But she'll be sharing some more information with you. And we're just really excited. Woohoo! You didn't get the pom-poms before. We got them again. Go more Griffins. All right.
Thank you, Amanda. I am so fortunate to have the opportunity to work with such an amazing director of admissions. And I know you guys have had such a wonderful welcome to Royce-Moore through Amanda. And this becomes the moment where she really starts connecting you with all of the rest of us. And she's very protective of you because she has worked so closely with you and she's developed these amazing relationships with you. And of course, she doesn't want to let you go, but she wants you to get connected to the rest of us. So hopefully tonight you can start doing that and also connect with each other when we have the breakout rooms later. But I'm going to share my screen to get us started with our orientation tonight. And let's see, change this. View. There we go. Okay. So I wanted to share a little bit about what this summer has been like. The most unusual summer for all of us, for sure. We started with a pandemic, and then we have the pandemic within the pandemic with the murder of George Floyd and all of the work that we need to do in social justice and advancing equity and inclusion in our country. We feel so strongly about that here at Royce-Moore. And in an effort to address some of this as a starting point, at the end of June, we were very fortunate to host a critical conversation on social justice in our community with Dr. Jonathan Holloway, who is actually a Royce-Moore parent, was Northwestern provost until July, when he became the first Black president of Rutgers University. And his academic specialty is post-emancipation African-American history. And he was joined with Dr. Anthony Chambers, who serves as the vice chair of our board of trustees and is the chief academic officer at the Family Institute at Northwestern. And we partnered with the Latin School of Chicago to host this event and talk about how we can look at what's happening in the historic context and advance things for our schools in particular going forward. And we see it as sort of an initial.
Does anyone want to listen to the Royce-Moore back to school thing?
Can everyone mute their mute themselves, please? Or Sarah, can you help mute? Thank you. So as we have been navigating how to live with COVID-19, we have been doubling down on our commitment to social justice. And one other aspect of what happened is I received a wonderful email from a group of parents who have stepped up to create an equity, social justice, and inclusion committee. And you will hear more about this on Friday during our back to school Zoom. So I hope you will join in on that. And if you want to view the video of Critical Conversations, it is on the diversity page of our website. You can scroll down to the bottom of that. Our goal at Royce-Moore is to create an optimal learning environment for young people where they feel safe, where they feel loved, and where they can be themselves. And from that foundation, they can acquire the foundational knowledge and skills that they need to be successful in this rapidly changing world. As I spent some time this summer with family, thinking about some of these things and how we can address them as we're going into the new school year, I like to get away to Michigan, which is where our family home is. And the picture in the screen here with the State Theater is my daughter, who graduated virtually from Vassar College at the end of May. And she's standing in front of the State Theater there in Traverse City, which is a place that, you know, really supports social justice, equity, inclusion, and it's a great place to be. I also had the most unusual experience becoming a grandmother for the second time and learning about it through a tweet and through Zoom calls. And this is a picture of my stepdaughter with my grandson Luca, who turned 2, and his excitement about his brand new sister. And they live in Switzerland, so we weren't obviously able to go see them because they weren't allowing Americans into Switzerland this summer. So it's really a strange world right now of being hyper connected with the technology that exists, but also disconnected at the same time. And I don't know if you all have felt that way. It's a very odd feeling. And so those are the things I think about as to one of the drivers for doing all that we could to open up school in person, knowing very well that the environment around us could deteriorate such that we need to move into remote learning. We have been doing everything possible to at least try to start the school year in person to make those connections for kids, because the world they are moving into is just such a crazy world, and they need all of the support they can get. And as for 2-year-old Luca, who's in this picture, seeing Tutu and Pops, I'm Tutu, that's my name, and his grandpa is Pops, seeing us on screen and talking with us that way has been all he has ever known. So it's a really different world for he and his sister Amalia, who was born in the midst of this pandemic, and what they're entering. So Luca will likely graduate in the year 2036. And if we think about what might the world be like during that time, if he wants to go to the Olympics, he might be competing against transhumans. By the late 2030s, genetic therapies and biotechnological implants will have become so cheap and accessible that it will dramatically alter the world of sports and recreation. Also, something that's predicted is Alzheimer's is predicted to be fully curable by the time he graduates from high school, so that's good for me. They're thinking that we'll be able to reverse engineer the human brain. Also, advances in robots. We've seen that in significant ways, from robots as dogs that can be your pets, or dogs that get sent into the battlefield, or guided by AI, they can identify things and scope out things that aren't safe for humans to do. Also, swarm robotics. If you have seen in the last Olympics where they had drones doing formations up in the air, the advance of drones has been unbelievable. And also, robotics will go down to the nanometer scale. So all of these advances in sensors and ultralight materials and wireless technologies are driving this. Pretty soon, self-driving vehicles will dominate the roads. I doubt that Luca will ever have to have a driver's license. So even our kids who are in the lower school, they may not ever have to have a driver's license. Think about that. Something that was very common for us. And also other things that are looming on the horizon, changes in the environment. We're seeing dramatic changes due to global warming, and the impact that we're already feeling is only going to become greater and greater. And our young people need to have the skills to live fulfilling lives and to be able to be leaders in the world. I'm trying to advance the screen. There we go. So there are, every 2 days, we create as much information as was created from the dawn of civilization to 2003. Think about that. And the amount of scientific papers grows by 7 to 9% every year compounded, which equates to a doubling of scientific output roughly every 10 years. So when there's that much information out there, thinking about how you approach that as a school you don't try to cover the depth of information. Instead, you try to focus on equipping young people with the skills to understand and use that information to the betterment of the world. There are several trends that are going to impact how we think about curriculum and the entire range of making meaning for young people. The rise of smart machines and systems, massive data, big data, social networks, artificial intelligence, robotics, all of those technologies. I mentioned climate change. It's a new and large scale challenge that those stresses and demands must be addressed. Globalization. You know, people and organizations are increasingly interconnected. I mean, look at how this pandemic has changed that even across our country, where we're having Zoom dinners with family members in other parts of the country or world. We had a Zoom dinner this summer. Actually, it was a lunch for us. It was a dinner for our family in Switzerland. And it was a breakfast for our son and his wife in Los Angeles. We never thought about that before the pandemic. And so we have ways to really shrink the world, not just with families, but with countries as well. And our young people need to learn how to work in teams with people from all across the globe. Social unrest. We saw that in a big way this summer. It's not going to go away. There's greater inequality. There's polarization, which causes distrust and large-scale changes. And not to mention the social unrest here in the United States, but all across the world. And the inequities that exist across countries, not just within countries, but across countries. Those are the kinds of issues that our young people are going to be having to deal with more and more, and trying to figure out how we make our world a better place. And then advances in various disciplines. Curriculum often fails to include new findings due to them already being full. So, you know, what should we update in the curriculum to include the most important recent discoveries, and what should we remove? We need to be thinking about the inherent complexity and nature, complexity of nature and society. We need to be thinking about the desire to explore problems and questions that are not confined to a single discipline, the need to solve these societal problems we were talking about, and the power of the technologies and how they can be utilized. So with all of that, what are the most important aspects of school for our children in this pandemic year? Obviously, foundational knowledge is important, and there is so much more. This has been one of the most stressful moments in time that I've ever experienced as an adult, probably you as well. And our children, for very young children, this has been a huge proportion of their life so far and what they've been experiencing. And trying to navigate the emotions and the feelings during this time is really important for us to partner on together between school and home. So here at Royce-Moore, we want to provide a really loving environment where it's safe for your children to take risks, both the intellectual risks of putting themselves out there to ask questions, to offer ideas, and risks to try something new that they may never have tried before. Because through that failure, they build muscle to become better versions of themselves. The greatest discoveries happened after lots and lots of failure. We aim to do this in an environment that provides lots of social and emotional support And our academic plans for this year have been very thoughtful in building in more mindfulness into the curriculum, more time for advisory, a new app, the Atlas app in the upper school that will be used as part of the ongoing support and curriculum, the homeroom period in middle school, extending opportunities for those connections with students with each other and with their teachers, and the Calm Classroom program in the lower school. All of that provides a lot of social emotional support, and we ask you as parents to really let us know what's going on at home. It's through those conversations that we're going to be able to better support your children. It's going to be more difficult this year, obviously, with parents not coming into the building every day, but just know we are here for your kids, and we invite you to communicate with us early and often so we understand how best to support your children. We also believe very strongly in these power skills, I like to call them. Some people call them soft skills, but I think critical thinking and collaboration and communication and emotional intelligence, those are really power skills that are hugely important in this time. And also thinking about what we're experiencing now with a lens from the past and understanding this moment in context of other moments. So not just studying current events, but what can we learn from history that helps us inform decision-making in the present? And then going back to our focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, we want to ensure our young people appreciate and value each other, no matter what they look like, where they're from, what they believe, what their family has, but to value them as the individuals they are and for their being. And we believe every individual has inherent value and has the ability to succeed at the highest level. And while our faculty are looking ahead and what's important for your children to reach their full potential, given these exponential changes happening all around them, first and foremost, we believe that at the heart of all learning is an environment where your children feel safe, supported, and well known. And that's at the heart of all learning is the importance of powerful relationships. So we value that we have high expectations for your children, but we want to provide them with the support to reach that potential. We want to make sure they feel known and appreciated for themselves as individuals, and that we differentiate for them and their learning styles. We are a college prep school that provides incredible guidance and support for each student to reach their goals, and without that crazy pressure cooker that can exist in some environments around us. And every student has opportunity here, and that allows them to engage more, and ultimately we hope that they then become better versions of themselves. This is Royce Moore. So I want to express my deep appreciation to each of you for making the choice of Royce Moore and for entrusting your precious children to us. We take this trust so very seriously at Royce Moore, and we're committed to doing all that we can to help your children become the best that they can be. And that happens through an amazing team that I have the great privilege to work alongside. And I am going to now let each of them come onto the screen and introduce themselves. So we'll start with Darcy.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Royce Moore. I am so glad you're here. We are so glad you're here. I am the lower school division head. So if you have a child who is entering early childhood or lower school up through 4th grade, please feel free to contact me anytime. I really am here to support you, answer any questions anytime throughout the year. I think that you will hear it as we are a family and we're in this together. So I'm here for you. And that's my #1 role. And then I'll pass it on to Adrian.
Hi, everybody. I'm Adrian Floro, and like you, I'm brand new. I'm from the Pittsburgh area, and I just moved to the area July 1st. So I'm loving Evanston and getting to go to the lake every day. And I feel very blessed and privileged to be part of this amazing team that I got to start working with probably back in March, and just got to see the behind the scenes. So when I really started July 1st, I really knew everyone so well. I'm excited to see on this call that we've got Melina, Anisha, Lizzie, Orly, and Lachlan, and Lachlan's family with us. I look forward to talking to you in the breakout room. And as Darcy said, we're here for you. I had worked in much larger schools, 750 kids. I can't wait for the kids to come and be able to really develop very personal relationships with all of the students and all of their families. So I look forward to coming to know all of you in the coming months. And I look forward to the breakout conversations. And next up, Stephanie Rivera.
Hi, everybody. Stephanie Rivera. I'm the head of the upper school. So all things upper school related, 9th through 12th grade, will definitely come my way. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sad right now because normally we would all be in the NPR sharing a meal and having just conversations as they can be had. So I'm very grateful to be here on Zoom, but a little sad that we're not in person all together. So just wanted to throw that out there. But yes, I'm here for any questions, anything you guys need, just let me know. And I will pass it on to Sarah Mcguire.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Mcguire. I'm the Director of Development, which means that I will be coming to you to talk to you about the annual fund and fundraising activities here at Royce-Moore. As I hope you may know, independent schools often operate on a tuition-driven with a philanthropy side in there to make our school work and to make it open to so many different kinds of kids. So that's part of my job. Another part of my job is to connect with alumni. So once your kids leave here, I'm the face that will greet them and say, hey, how you doing? And I'm also the face that will help your kids connect with our alumni. We have an incredible alumni network. After 100 years of being in existence, we'd have to. But even for a small school, we have an incredible alumni network that will help your kids achieve their dreams. And I'm also the staff liaison for the Royce-Moore Family Association, so I can help you connect with them and with volunteer opportunities during the school. It's going to look a little bit different this year, but everything is going to look a little bit different. So I'm really excited to see the creativity that comes from our team. And speaking of creative people and our team, I'd like to turn it over to Vicki Pickett, my friend and partner in this.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm the Director of Finance and Operations. And so my responsibilities recently have been spending time getting the school ready for your kids to come and join us. We're so excited for everyone to be together, socially distanced, of course, but we have tried to think of everything that we can to make the environment safe and healthy and fun, and to provide opportunities for our students to grow and achieve and to pursue the passions that are within them. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of your kids and spending time with them. And if you need me, I also am working on the financial side of the house. And so if there are things that are happening with your bill and stuff like that, you can always give me a call. I am now going to introduce you to Liz Latimer, who is my neighbor in the administrative offices, so that she can give you an overview of what she's working on.
Hi, everybody. I'm Elizabeth Latimer. I go by Liz, and I am the Director of Enrollment, Marketing, and Communications. So I help get out the general all-school newsletter. I help with the website. I help get the word and the story of Royce-Moore out to more people so we can get new families such as yourself. I have a really fun job because I do get to try to put the Royce-Moore experience out there for all to see. And if anybody is interested in helping along those lines, I always love new, fresh ideas and teamwork. So I now would like to introduce a parent from our Royce-Moore Family Association, our RFA, Angela Murphy.
Hi, I met some of you. I had the opportunity to meet some of the new parents today, and it was so fun. My name's Angela Murphy. I have an upper school daughter who will be in 9th grade. She was a new middle schooler last year, and I just valued our experience as new parents so much that I wanted to make sure that we kind of had a good welcome committee with these interesting times. So that was kind of how the goodie bags came about, and the emails you should have gotten from a family, kind of just reaching out, letting you know that we're here if you have any questions. I know that Amanda and Sarah are really good at answering anything you may have, but like from a parent to parent perspective, just to let you know that we're here. And I'm going to introduce you to another new parent last year and friend, Bessie Mabadua. Bessie?
Sorry, I wasn't quite unmuted. Here I am. Thanks, Angela.
Where are you?
Yes, I'm here. I had to unmute. Thanks for the introduction. Nice to see everyone. Like Angela, I got to see quite a few of you today as we ran around with our goodie bags. I hope you guys enjoyed those. And I, like Angela, I'm a second year now. Last year was our first year. We have a now 3rd grader and 8th grader. So I have a lower school and a middle school student. And we moved here from North Carolina last summer, and we're just looking for a very welcoming community, and that's what we found at Royce-Moore. And I think because of the size, teachers really get to know the students very well, so we felt that both of our kids were really well nurtured, and they had a lot of confidence to try new things. Adrian talked earlier about taking risks, and we found that with both of our students, they really did expand themselves quite a lot over the past year. We're excited to start our 2nd year at Royce-Moore. And I've, like Angela, got very involved in a lot of things. And I love the fact that Royce-Moore is open to that involvement. From classroom volunteering, chaperoning, to coming up with new ideas for gatherings outside of school with other middle school students and parents. We had a book club that we started with parents and students. Adrian mentioned the Diversity, Inclusion, and Social Justice Club. All sorts of ways to get involved. So anything you come up with, there's probably an audience for it and people who would be happy to organize with you. So I've been very happy to be able to be welcomed at Royce-Moore, both as a parent and as a volunteer, and have both of our children really do well academically and socially. And I'll now turn it over to another fellow new parent last year, Sarah Kaufman.
Thank you. My name's Sarah Kaufman. My daughter Isabella Goldberg started last year also in 7th grade with Bessie's son. And we came to Royce-Moore because our Isabella started experiencing some anxiety and was having a hard time in our middle school, which is very, very large. We live in Evanston. And so we were looking for a smaller school that would sort of help her settle down and be able to focus on school and socialization. And something that Adrian said earlier about Royce-Moore making students feel safe really resonated with me, because that's what we were looking for and that's what we found, and not just safe physically, but also emotionally, so that Isabella was able to flourish and focus on her education and also connect with other students. I was nervous about how she would do coming in 7th grade. But she made friends really quickly. I think Royce-Moore's small size and small student-teacher ratio allowed her to connect with students very quickly. I know we're starting kind of in a weird way this year with some students being remote and social distancing and masks, but I think that if any school can do it, Roycemore can, because they're so small. I think that the students will still be able to connect. Isabella has Zoomed with a couple new families and is available to Zoom with anyone. And she's so excited about new students and meeting them and welcoming them into the school because she had such a great experience last year. So I offer her up to any new students who want to meet her. And next is Katie Quinlivan, who also had a new 7th grader last year.
Yeah, I was just realizing we're a whole group of second-year families on this team here. I'm Katie Quinlivan. I have an 8th grade daughter, Emma. We came to the school because we were looking for a smaller environment for Emma to where she could make more connections with her teachers and receive any supports that she required. And that is what we found. She had a really smooth transition. I was for sure nervous as a 7th grade mother of a girl, and it was great last year. And she's very happy where she's at. This year, I'm representing the middle school as a co-chair on the Roycemore Family Association. And the RFA, we're a group of parents that we work with the Roycemore administration to support volunteerism and community building throughout the school. And much like what Sarah Mcguire said, it's going to be a little different this year, but our team's pretty excited to come up with some creative ways to engage families throughout the school. Our first event is going to be this Friday, and we are going to be having a back to school Zoom at 5 o'clock. We have several fun activities on the list, from trivia, bingo, to the shaving of an upper school science teacher's pandemic beard, which will be done live throughout the Friday Zoom. So I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you new families, and like my my fellow members of the Family Association, I am happy to take calls, and Emma's a very lively individual. She's happy to get on a Zoom and or meet up in person with folks who are comfortable with that avenue as well. So I look forward to meeting you all. And I will pass it back to Amanda.
Everybody. Well, thank you. We wanted to just bring everyone back together before we closed out for the evening to thank you all for being here, for, again, like Adrian said, entrusting us with the safety of your children. We are so excited for the school year to start. There's been a lot of planning involved, and we're so thrilled to have you all joining us and that you're Griffins. And I have to do one more time. Yay! I have them here, so. But we'll see you all again soon. I hope you have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Questions.
Great meeting, everybody.
Thank you.